Hello, hello, I'm Bella, and welcome to our playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV as Archer. We are going to continue with the main story and start our job quest today. Yes. Violators will be shot. Guildmaster Lucien desires that you train under Silver. You'll get repelling shot. Jump 10 yalms away from current target. Cannot be executed while bound. Nice. Welcome back, Bella. I trust you have been keeping your nose to the grindstone. As I mentioned when last we spoke, you will train under Silver's tutelage today. Put aside your misgivings and avail yourself of his wealth of experience. Go now, present yourself before him. Silver, the sourpuss. I see it was too much to hope that you would not return. The others believe that you have potential, but I am not so easily convinced. Like so many adventurers, you have not the faintest inkling of what it means to be an archer. And how could you? Archery is the proud tradition of the Wildwood Elysian. The essence of this art, to read one's enemy, has been instilled in us over centuries. In that time, we have defended this great nation against every unimaginable foe, granting us insight which you will never possess. Can you recognize the subtle signs that betray a coming action? No. Can you accurately predict an opponent's movement? No. Can you glean your foe's intentions at a glance? No. And can such things be learned by one who knows nothing of our traditions? No. It is only out of respect for Lucien that I have agreed to teach you. Go to the East Shroud and seek out the targets hidden there, but do not presume this will be as easy as before. As I told you, the ability to read one's enemies is fundamental to archery, yet the trials set by my colleagues did not require you to do this. Mine will. The targets you seek have been hidden, and I do mean hidden, in the midst of a region rife with savage beasts. They will play the part of your enemies. In the unlikely event that you spy a target, your limited range will necessitate that you slip past its bestial guardians prior to taking aim, a feat I consider beyond you. Was that a frown? Mayhap you are thinking that the Mikote set you a similar task? You are wrong. She asked merely that you consider where your foes are. I demand that you discern precisely where they will be. How, then, will you go about this? Observe them closely and discern their characteristics. Learn to read their movements and recognize patterns in their behavior. If it has eyes, let it not see you. If it has ears, let it not hear you. Be neither where it is nor where it means to be, and thereby pass unnoticed. But enough talk. Whether or not you heed my counsel is your decision. I will shed no tears should you fail. I will prove you wrong. Usually if I see something for hunting, I will get it. So there, I've done the job. So you have returned. A passable performance for an adventurer, but the bare minimum for any archer. I carry with me generations of wildwood tradition, a tradition built upon the bones of the many outsiders who tried to take what is ours. It was my ancestors who first learned to conceal their presence and fight from the shadows, to hold the enemy at distance, to protect the weak. All of it, everything, was... This is a waste of time. You cannot understand. But if you are so intent upon following in the footsteps of my people, I bid you go to the North Shroud. Ixali scouts have been sighted near the river, west of Etat's Spire, and, unless you are entirely ignorant of Gridanian history, I need not explain that this act of aggression is part of a centuries-old conflict. The minions do not matter. It is their leader, Nezul Katlin, the Violator, who must fall. He commands the scouts, and will be well guarded, yet he stands upon hostile ground, with birdmen and not walls for protection. If you are diligent and determined, you can slip through their defenses and slay their leader. This is the art of the Gridanian archer. Embrace the wisdom I have bestowed upon you, and the fight will be short. If you see the deed done, Avenger, I will take it as proof of your commitment to us, and labor no more to drive you from the guild. Now go. Who's that other guy? So there's how to focus on the guys. That's what I'm doing. Good job. Even now, I struggle to credit the sentries' reports. Yet here you are, and Nezul Ketlin the Violator is no more. That a goddamn adventurer should be so. Only by the grace of Nimia herself could you have survived. But even though it was pure luck, I will keep my word. Bella, should you stay or should you go? I care not. You have completed the task and are no longer my responsibility. Go now to Lucienne. She will doubtless wish to lavish you with praise. Oh, you'll get no more from me. Off with you. I'm given to understand that you single-handedly drove off an Ixali scouting party, and that you did so with precision and guile. How exactly was that training, Lucienne? Bella's just an adventurer. Silver thrust her into the jaws of an enemy in the hope that she wouldn't come back. And when, against all expectation, she did come back, that stubborn ass still refused to acknowledge her skill. Is that truly your impression? Well, yes, he said it was pure luck. Mere noise. Silver sees Bella's skill, of that I have no doubt. Did you not mark the way he covered his mouth when he uttered the words? It is a habit of his to do so, on those occasions when his tongue and his heart are in disagreement. For all his skill at reading the idiosyncrasies of others, he has yet to recognize his own. Impressive work, Bella. You have applied yourself to Lay and Silver's lessons and demonstrated your command of the core concepts. You are now an archer in your own right. Allow me to teach you something to commemorate this accomplishment. Repelling shot is an advanced technique that enables an archer to evade attacks whilst continuing to fire upon her opponent. Used wisely, it can grant you a brief respite in the heat of battle. I have faith that, with regular practice, you will learn how best to employ it to your advantage. Remember, your seniors' lessons and you strive to true mastery. Levies of Bentbranch. Gontran is responsible for assigning guild levies at the Carline Canopy and is offering to give you an introduction to the world of levy quests. Mother Mion has told me much of your endeavors, Bella. Have you considered attempting one of the guild levies available here at the Adventurers Guild? Guild levies are the means by which we document requests for assistance from the citizenry, prior to assigning them to adventurers possessed of the necessary skills. From battlecraft levies that require the extermination of monsters, to tradecraft levies that ask for the creation of goods, the tasks we term levy quests are many and varied in their nature. Should your interest be piqued, I suggest you make your way to Bentbranch Meadows and speak with Tierney. She will be happy to set you free on the path to completing your first levy quest. On to Bentbranch. Impressed by your progress, Mion wishes to send you on to Bentbranch Meadows, where you will find further opportunities to learn. How is my favorite fresh-faced adventurer? Oh, do not scowl so. I speak out of habit. You've come a long way since first you walked through my door, and I'll not deny it. As a matter of fact, I think it's about time you made yourself useful at Bentbranch Meadows in the Central Shroud. Unlike the recruits you see at the Bannock, the men and women out at Bentbranch are fully occupied with their own work. As such, I imagine there are more than a few who would welcome the assistance of a rapidly maturing adventurer like yourself. Bentbranch is also home to a very usefully situated aetheryte. It is, in other words, the perfect place for you to begin the next stage of your journey as an adventurer. And what better time than the present? Leave the city via the Blue Badger Gate and continue to the southwest until you come to a bridge. Cross it, and when you spy an aetheryte in the distance, you may congratulate yourself on having successfully found Bentbranch Meadows. If you so fancy, you may also make use of the Chocobo Porter service, doubtless the safest way to get to your destination. Chocobo Keep Singer should not hesitate to lend his birds to a capable adventurer like you. Oh, and be sure to introduce yourself to Keitha, the head Chocobo Wrangler, when you arrive. I will pass on the porter. I like to stroll through the woods. See the balloon in the distance through the trees. I believe there's 2 ways to get there, but we'll go this way. Sure look fluffy, but they'd like being scratched. Hey, I'm on duty here. Go talk to someone else. You ever set foot on a ranch before, stranger? Just mind you don't rattle up the chocobos now. Let's repair. Huh, cure's fine. I don't have a chocobo yet, but I will buy some. As much as I enjoy reminding adventurers of their ignorance of our ways, I'm afraid our stock of supplies requires my attention. It takes more than just gistlegreens and whistles to raise chocobos, you know. Battle Warden? Well met. I've been dispatched by the Adventurers Guild to recruit volunteers for special small-scale operations known as guild heists. These operations will pit those volunteers against deadly foes, and the odds won't always be in their favor. This is why we require all participants to be of sound mind and body, something that you do not yet appear to be. Caring for chocobos is far more exhausting than it looks. It's got a Moogle on it. Greetings, adventurer. My name is Tierney, and I am in charge of assigning local levy quests here at Bentbranch Meadows. Gontran convinced you to seek me out, did he? Then I shall assume you have a basic understanding of what accepting a guild levy might entail. But first things first, I must be certain that your skills are a match for your enthusiasm. The Adventurers Guild would not approve of me sending a fledgling hero to her death or dishonor for want of the requisite capabilities. Take a moment to peruse the task outlined in this guild levy. Do you believe yourself up to the challenge? Too close to home. Okay. A pack of Ennals has been spotted near Bentbranch Meadows, far from their usual hunting grounds on Naked Rock. The local chocobos are worried that it is only a matter of time before the hungry scalekin stray too close to the stables and endanger the birds. To prevent the worst, the wood whalers are seeking volunteers to find and call the creatures. Levy quest objectives are deemed complete when all targets have been slain. Be aware that some targets may attempt to flee the battle and join the reinforcements, making it imperative that you deal with them before they have an opportunity to do so. I am glad to hear it. Pray be aware, however, that Ennals are wont to flee to their broodmates when they sense they are overmatched. You would be wise to prevent such a reunion, lest the battle be drawn out past your limits of endurance. Open your journal under Duty in the main menu and begin the selected levy quest by pressing the Initiate button. When an Ennal feels overmatched, it will flee the battle. If it reaches a certain distance, then another Ennal will appear. A levy quest objective can be more easily achieved by slaying the fleeing creature before it is joined by more of its kind. Okay. Well, let's do this really quick. It's been a long time since I've done levies. Sure. It's nice that they teleport you right back. Ah, your first foray into the world of levy quests appears to have been a success. And here's the reward for your efforts. Now that this little trial is behind us, I have no further qualms about assigning you tasks around Bentbranch Meadows. There are levy quests aplenty for a hard-working adventurer such as yourself, and a deal of fame and fortune to be won in their doing. Simply the heist. Tierney believes you are ready to join a guild heist. It's a guild. Oh, a guild heist? Should you be interested in a challenge quite unlike your average levy quest, you might consider joining a guild heist. If you wish to know more, pray speak with Battle Warden Raybald outside yonder tent. I will inform him of your success against the Enels so that there are no doubts as to your abilities. I was told a stalwart adventurer would be along shortly. I take it that is you? Then permit me to tell you all about our current operations. Wait, might this be your first time participating in a guild heist? I remember my first heist. It was the night of my 20th name day. My fellow guildmates invited me to join them in the slaying of a family of pastes who were stealing chocobo eggs from Bentbranch Meadows. The moment we arrived, one of the terrible beasts immediately turned to me and charged. The thing was thrice my size and had already maimed several chocobo keeps. There was no way I could win, so I simply froze and waited for the end. But that's when I remembered that I was not alone. My friends rallied around me, and together we defeated the pastes. That, my friend, is what a guild heist is truly about. What say you, friend? Care to experience a heist for yourself? Okay, as long as I have it unlocked, I don't really have an interest. Okay. An adventurer, I see. After an elite mark, are you? What do you do here? I'm just a hunter trying to do her bit for law and order. These elite marks are a menace to the region. If we slay the quarry, we'll be awarded allied seals in the Orsian Alliance. There's plenty of marks for everyone. Ask me about the elite marks in this area. I know them practically by heart. You know, these elite marks are ranked according to danger, I presume. Most would find a rank S specimen hard to find, let alone kill. Alright, so that's, that. We came across one of you before. It's fine. How nice. Chocobos are so cute. I but recently returned to Gridania to find the 12-squid markedly recovered from the devastation left in the wake of the calamity. My heart stirs to see new life sprouting amidst the ruin. Truly it does. Yet I cannot help but remember the land as it once was. Chocobos are the key to supply transport, and Bentbranch Meadows raises a fine flock. Have you put a hand to our aetheryte yet? If you're planning on exploring the area, you'd be wise to attune yourself first. I will do that right now. where the heart is. Margarita has information that may interest wealthy adventurers. Correct me if I'm wrong, but are you not an adventurer? I've seen you running to and fro, face set in grim determination as adventurers are wont to do, hence my presumption. If so, I've information which might interest you. Rumor has it that plots within the lavender beds are to be auctioned off. What's more, bidders need not even be Gridanian. Any old adventurer or wandering minstrel could, with sufficient funds, purchase land and build their own home. Considering how discerning the elementals tend to be about who can and cannot reside within the 12-wood, it's rather surprising, if not hard to believe. But if there is truth to these rumors, well, who hasn't dreamed of owning their own forest cottage, perhaps with a small vegetable garden and a stable large enough for a chocobo or two? You know, should your travels take you to the mirror planks, where the ferry to the lavender bends is, perhaps you'll find a Twin Adder representative who can tell you more. I would be shocked if they weren't involved in such a monumental change in policy. Bentbranch Meadows is connected by the fir line to Curthis in the northwest, and by the lumber line to Thanalan in the south. When seen on a map, the place where the two roads meet resembles a bent branch, hence the name. Wander where you will, adventurer, but know that the forest will not suffer those who do not belong beneath its boughs to remain forever. Moglin? I don't know what that says. You must be the adventurer Mion sent word about. I'm Keitha, head wrangler around these parts. I've heard many and more things about you. Good things, lest you worry. When the elder soothsayer bade us welcome venturers, 'tis fair to say we had our doubts, till hard-working folk like yourself set about proving us wrong, that is, consider me a convert. Any road, you've a mind to help out at the ranch, have you? Good. We could always do with a hand or two to keep the place running smoothly. As a matter of fact, I've a task right here that wants doing. Let me know when you're ready to get busy. Oh, and you come highly recommended, so don't go letting no one down, eh? I'll get that. You shall not trespass. Keitha, the head wrangler at Bentbranch Meadows, appears most distraught. See if there is anything you can do. 7 hells! Some bastard Kikern has gone and broken one of me chocobo regs. The filthy little thief was busy looting in the barn when a guard startled it, prompting the damn thing to drop the egg it was clutching and run. Some of the lads gave chase, bless 'em, but when 3 more of them, the vermin, appeared, me lot had no choice but to turn back. Something has to be done about those Kikern. Would you mind heading over to the matron's lathe and having a word with a soldier named Rosalind for me? The ratmen nest in her neck of the woods, see? She'll know what to do. Hello there, adventurer, and welcome to Bentbranch Meadows. What can I do you for? What do you do here? The ranch is owned and operated by Moogle's Gift Mounts, and I'm the head wrangler in their employ. Till recently, chocobo breeding was the exclusive domain of the Ishgardians. They had a tight rein on imports, and nary a single female bird was seen outside the Holy See. But the calamity came and changed all that. The environment of Curthis underwent drastic change, and great flocks of chocobo fled into the 12-wood. The rest, as they say, is history. What kind of place is this? The meadows dedicated to the breeding and raising of those majestic birds we call chocobos. 'Twas built with the blessing of the elementals following the calamity. In addition to the stables, we've got fields for growing, gissel greens, and all manner of amenities to ensure that our birds grow clever and strong. Raising fine birds and finding good homes for 'em, nothing gives me and my ranch hands greater joy. Never seen a chocobo up close before? Then have a care you don't stray too near and catch a friendly kick in the face. Oh, but they're so cute. I wish I could pet it. He's following me. The trick to chocobo breeding is not, as some assume, to slavishly adhere to an established set of procedures. No, one's main concern should be to maintain a safe and happy environment for the birds. Yes, allow the birds to be happy. Are these gissel greens not the most luscious specimens you've ever seen? That they should flourish when the land at large is in a state of such turmoil is a testament to the tireless efforts of all who have nurtured them. Aye, these precious plants have been sheltered and tended to not only by botanists, but by healers and soldiers as well. I think the chocobos will be very happy. You're here on Keitha's behalf? I see. Broke one of her eggs, you say? And there were 4 of the creatures? The Kikirna are a nuisance at the best of times, but we must now add trespass and chocobo murder to their list of transgressions. They have forced our hand. Our retribution must needs be swift and decisive. And who better than you to deliver it, adventurer? Find a lair to the west of here and make an example of exactly 4 Kikirn scramblers. We can send no clear message. The deed is done. Good. A grim task, but a necessary one. You have shown them the folly of inciting the wrath of those who consort with adventurers. Perhaps now the Keekern will think twice before giving in to their larcenous proclivities. Let me try on. I am not a fan of that. I might wait then. So... I'll just get the gold. Don't look down. Oshajab, a wood whaler at the Matron's Lathe, is looking for a sure-footed adventurer to pluck blue trumpets from the root of the nearby Heaven's Pillar. Ho there, adventurer. You seem light on your feet. Fancy a quick skip along the route of the Heaven's Pillar here? I need someone to pick off a blue trumpet or two. I know what you're thinking. It's not more than a mushroom, so why the commotion? I'll tell you why. You allow that fungal menace to multiply, and within a moon they'll be covering the whole damn route and rotting the wood clear through. Just watch your step while you're up there, though. The dynamites on the ground won't waste any time adding insult to falling injuries. Once you're done, head up to the top end of the route and report to Theodore. He'll be glad to hear someone's taken care of one of his more dreaded chores. Look, but won't touch. Rosalind needs an adventurer to destroy dynamite eggs. Your willingness to assist the residents of the Twelveswood is commendable. If you have a moment, mayhap you can assist me with a delicate matter. My duties as a wood whaler include inspecting the Matron's Lathe for signs of damage or decay. It's never been a difficult task, until the other day when I discovered several clutches of dynamite eggs. I've no problem slaying the beasts when full grown, but the mere sight of their eggs sickens me. Spare me this disgusting task and destroy the eggs. Alright, so I think the dynamite eggs are down here. Oh no, maybe they are up there. Ew. This be highly dangerous. You are always welcome at Dunstan Spire, humble as it is. Stay a while and rest your weary feet. Oh, you've cleared the route of blue trumpets? Wonderful. To be quite honest, I have this teeny tiny problem with heights. No, this is not my ideal posting, but we all do what we must. Keeping the route passable is an important job, you see. It's one of the few ways folk can traverse the central shroud since the calamity all but split the area in twain. It is not perhaps the easiest pathway to walk, but there are those who believe the will of the matron herself caused this tendril of a heaven's pillar to remain thus suspended, that it might serve the forest's people. I'm rather fond of the notion myself. In the grim darkness of the forest, Theodore is looking for an adventurer to deliver a message. It is, regrettably, my duty to stand watch over the road from here to Bentbranch Meadows. The ranch has become a veritable institution of Gridania, so any threats to its continued operation are taken quite seriously by the wood whalers. Which reminds me, mayhap it was my imagination, but I believe I caught a glimpse of some shadowy fellow not too long ago. Would you mind passing word to Rosalind down below? I would go myself, but, well, it's hard enough marshalling the courage to walk the route for my shift. The forest to the east is home to death gazes and ziz, so don't go and cause a commotion unless you've no objections to being some beast dinner. Not far from here, you'll come across a vast crater, a remnant from the calamity. You'll do well to keep a wide berth from it, and from the brace of Ellison lass on the scaffolding. Marset. Why, oh why did I ever decide to become a scholar? An adventurer's life would have afforded me more solitude. Are you one of my assistants? Or a research specimen, perhaps? If you're neither, I'll thank you to stay out of my way. Probably for the best, as he said. At least you get a gorgeous view. Have no problem with heights, thankfully. Would that I could always rely on a kind soul to handle such tasks. My training prepared me to face beasts in combat, and not once have I shirked that duty. But to lay hands upon those sticky, slimy eggs is just... Well, clearly you have no problems doing so. Thank you for your help, adventurer. A shadowy fellow. Now that you mention it, I may have seen something. I dismissed it as a trick of the light before, but I thought I saw a shadow in the forest to the north. Still, I suspect it is nothing more than a keycard thief on the run. If you must sate your curiosity, by all means investigate. Should you actually find something of note, I would like very much to see it. Someone was camping here. Have you found something? Leather bag. A tattered leather satchel you found lying near a gutted campfire. Remnants of a campfire in a forgotten bag. This could belong to any adventurer or traveler. And inside we have a chocobo grooming brush and rosin oil? But wait, why would a traveler make camp here when it would be far safer to beg the hospitality of Bentbranch Meadows? Bugger me, I think this belongs to that stranger said to be meddling with the chocobos. Thank you, adventurer. We have been lax in our duties, but no longer. I swear we will find the shadow. Threat level elevated. Rosalind would like you to warn other sentries of the stranger's activities. We cannot allow other sentries to dismiss similar sightings. They must know what we have learned. To that end, I prepared this letter containing everything we know about our mysterious stranger. I need you to show it to my comrades throughout the Shroud. Once each sentry has committed the details to memory, have them write their name at the bottom for confirmation. Start with Elmar at the Bannock, then find Bernard at the eastern gates of Bentbranch Meadows. They ought to relay the information to the others. Finally, make sure Ilgar sees the letter. He stands watch within the stables, so if the stranger's aim is to harm the chocobos, Ilgar may have to personally put an end to it. You don't look like you're here for training. Rosalind's missive. Information regarding a suspicious individual compiled by Rosalind at the Wood Whalers. A shadowy figure. Understood. I'll pass word to the recruits as well as the sentries. Let me just make my mark. There, that should do. If you follow the road south, you'll find Bernard by the bridge to Bentbranch. Godspeed, adventurer. You have business with me, adventurer? Rosalind is right to be cautious. For this stranger to venture so close, yet go to such great lengths to remain undetected, is highly suspicious. They clearly have designs on Bentbranch. We appreciate the help. I should write my name here, yes? And here, take it. You'll find Ilgar in the stables past the Aetherite. Mind the birds, Venture. They get nervous around strangers. What's this? A shadowy stranger near the matron's lathe? You've already shown this to Bernard and Elmar. I see. Good, good. Then all that's left is to inform the staff here. Not everyone here is a wood veiler, true, but even our stable boys wouldn't hesitate to take up arms to defend these chocobos. Migrant marauders. Ilgar would like to impose upon the kindness of an adventurer. You're quite the compassionate adventurer by the sound of it. Well, far be it from me to look a gift chocobo in the mouth. I have need of a capable woman like yourself. We received a peddler at the gates the other day, an excitable Lalafell that was sweating and swearing that he had been attacked by large winged beasts. Yet other than hornets, I know of no flying creatures in this region. If there's any truth to what he said, it might prove problematic for other travelers. Follow the road south and see if you can find any evidence to support his claim. And should you find something, kindly tell Lothair to patrol his area sometime instead of just standing beneath the spire and staring at the goddamn road, in those words. Have you heard a word I've said, merchant? I would not trust you with a feather from one of my chicks' heads. Do you honestly believe I would hand over the care of a chocobo to a soulless gill grubber like you? Not a material girl. Okay. An old-on merchant by the name of Kukuvachi seeks an adventurer to make some inquiries on his behalf. You there, adventurer. Yes, you will suffice. I have a job I need performed, and I'm willing to pay the going rate. A trifling task, really. I simply need you to ask the locals here at Bentbranch Meadows what the head wrangler covets most in all the world. This is a private matter, lest you doubt, so be sure to inquire discreetly, and please, for the love of Nald, do not reveal that you are in my employ. In fact, it would be best if my name wasn't mentioned at all. Do I not speak the common tongue with sufficient facility? How might I convince you to part with a single chocobo? With the gil you earn selling one bird, you could raise 3 more. Really, do Gridanians have no understanding of simple economics? What does Keitha covet most? Why would you wish to know some... Wait a minute. That old merchant put you up to this, didn't he? He's wasting his time with that approach. If the man is serious about owning a chocobo, he would be better served by convincing Keitha of his intent to provide the bird with the proper care and attention. Chocobos are as smart as they are sensitive. If you train them with love and care, they'll reward you with their undying loyalty. Greetings, madam, and welcome. Are you perchance a jockey in need of a new fledgling race chocobo? If so, catering and I would be happy to assist you. These days, we've no shortage of fledgling race chocobos. The folks from the Gold Saucer have seen to that. Keitha. The only thing Keitha wants is for her birds to be happy. If she cares for anything besides the well-being of the chocobos, and I've not heard of it. What's that about, Miss Keitha? Doing that peddler's dirty work, are you? If that halfwit thinks some shiny trinket will move her heart, then he's dafter than he looks. Any fool can see Miss Keitha is only interested in her birds. Tell Kukubachi from me that if he persists in harassing the head wrangler, the Wood Whalers will remove him from Bentbranch Meadows for disturbing the peace. Got that? Well, do you plan to keep me in suspense? I must have a chocobo for my very... What's this? They told you nothing of her material desires? Ah! The stubbornness of these Gridanians is infuriating, and I should have known better than to hire a buffoon for such delicate work. To think of the amount of gil I have wasted on this fruitless venture. Oh, cease your mewling. I promised you a reward, and a reward you shall have. Now lead me to my misfortune. Extending fences. Lucula at Bentbranch Meadows wishes you to procure fence building materials from Diremites. Greetings, madam. You have the distinct air of an adventurer. Might I trouble you for some assistance? In recent days, a heartless cat has been sneaking into the ranch to scare our chocobos. The poor birds are in a state of constant unease, wondering when the next fright will come. It is my hope that extending the fencing will help to keep the intruder out. To that end, could I ask you to procure some strands of Diremite web? They make for a surprisingly sturdy construction material. You should be able to obtain the web from the Diremites themselves. There are usually a few to be found roaming the lands around the ranch. 6 strands should be sufficient. Ah, you have returned. Tell me, were you able to procure the Diremite web I requested? Newly spun Diremite web. Little time has elapsed since this strand was spun, and so the web remains extremely sticky. Ew. Yes, these will do nicely. These are perfect for binding posts together. Were I still in Ishgard, I would never have entertained the notion of using such a bizarre material in this manner. Oh, did I not mention I was from Ishgard? Well, Gridania is, in actual fact, my second home. My native land was once famous for its chocobo stables. No man in Eorzea could speak of the creatures without his thoughts turning naturally to Ishgard. Sadly, however, that time has passed. I left my homeland to accept employment here at the ranch, instructing others in the methods of chocobo husbandry. Yet I have found that it is often I who am the recipient of others' instruction, and on a great many matters. Truly, one can never know what life may hold in store. Well met, traveler. Might I interest you in a chocobo porter? No, I'm good. This is Bentbranch Meadows, adventurer. If you've business at the ranch, then be quick about it. If not, then be gone. I've work to do. Going south, be prepared to fight and to run. Some beasts that cannot be overcome can still be outrun. A northern vulture, too? And they were defending a nest? Well, perhaps we could omit that last detail from any official reports. I would rather not give Ilgar any further cause to be cross. Thank you for slaying the beasts. You may rest assured that I will not permit this to happen again. Quick knock. Delivers an attack with a potency of 110 to all enemies in a cone before you. Nice. A here is often late. Lothair, a guard at Galvan Spire, wants you to visit the hedge tree. I have another task for you, adventurer. I need you to head to the hedge tree to the southwest of here and speak with Hir Leone. After tending to the hedge tree, the Hir was scheduled to board a boat from the Mirror Planks. Well, the vessel's departure time has come and gone, but there is still no sign of her. Knowing how absorbed the Hir becomes in her work, I am not unduly concerned. Armel, however, was responsible for organizing Leonie's transportation and is likely wondering if her wayward passenger is ever going to arrive. Perhaps a gentle reminder is in order. To the west of here, you'll find the Temtar Deepcroft. To the east, the Mirror Planks. Both fall under the Woodwhalers' jurisdiction, so be sure to comport yourself respectfully should you pay either site a visit. If you break faith. Finia has work for a meddlesome adventurer. Another goddamn adventurer desperate to stick her nose in everyone's business, is it? And seek out the groundskeeper of the Temtar Deepcroft. You'll find him in his shack just outside the entrance, as the hermit is all too happy to live close to his work. When last I patrolled that area, I could hear him swearing inside his shack from the road. I know not what vexes the man, but I suspect he'll welcome your presence more than I. Creatures have been attacking carriages en route from the South Shroud of late. See that you don't attract undue attention as well. After a bit of work, are ye? Aye, I've a task what needs doing. Take these Nimia lilies and leave 'em at the top of each burrow. You've doubtless seen the bones returned to life by foul magics, shambling around and harassing their surviving comrades. It hurts me soul to see it, adventurer. I cannot abide such blasphemy. 'Tis me hope that these lilies soothe their spirits and help 'em return to the matron's bosom. See me when you've finished. Tread softly if ye mean to head west beyond me Shaklas. The Temtar Deepcroft is hallowed ground, and the dead don't take kindly to 'em what forget that. I want to explore the ruins. Ooh. Bones. order of the Elder Seer, the Tower Deepcroft has been placed under control of the Wood Whalers, and entry restricted to only those who meet the strict conditions instilled by Stilglade Fane. Nimia lilies. Bouquets such as these are oft used as offerings to the dead. You've done holy work this eve, lass. I cannot fathom what could drive the dead to rise up and seek to do us harm, but I pray that this helps put an end to it. May the matron watch over and keep you safe. Yes, what travels you, my dear? Ah, yes, the boat. I had quite forgotten. Oh, my task with the hedge tree is well finished, but the elementals murmur of a malevolent presence in the vicinity of the Tower Deepcroft. I must abide a while longer that I might better divine the source of the elemental's distress. Please inform Armel that I shall be late in arriving. I must linger here a while longer. Please head to the mirror planks and convey my apologies to Armel. Slimy Hollows. Finia, a guard at Galvin's Spire, seeks a willing adventurer to deal with a slug problem. You must be desperate for work indeed if you would speak with me a second time. Either that, or you never learn to leave well enough alone. But if you're so bloody eager, then here's another job for you. Head on over to the hedge tree and clear out some nests of Sophorophagus slugs. All you need to do is sprinkle some of this flat ale on the ground where you find the moist depressions. You should soon be up to your armpits in slugs. Don't let any of the buggers slither away, and make sure you find and clear out all 3 nests. Flat ale. Having been left uncovered for a few days, this cheap ale port brew has lost all of its bubbles. Judging by the looks of you, no slug escaped unharmed. I don't suppose you have the faintest notion what the Temptara Deepcroft is, do you? It's the final resting place of those who perished during the calamity. The slugs you so handily dispatched were feeding on the flowers we had laid there in remembrance of the fallen. The monsters multiply, and food grows scarce. Perhaps there was naught else for them to feed on, but to see those wreaths disturbed thus was more than I could bear. And now I've said too much. Here, take your reward and leave me be. You bear a message from Hero Leone, an evil presence in the Deepcroft. That does sound grave indeed. I shall organize a vessel for a later time then. Perhaps a bell from now. 2? Better make it 3, just to be safe. Thank you for your trouble. Salvaging the scene. Armel, a local at the Mirror Plains, wishes you to salvage cargo from a wreckage on the road. Might you assist me with another matter, milady? A wagon that departed from Quarry Mill was overturned on the road when some large ill-tempered forest beast chose that moment to defend its territory. By Nafika's grace, the driver escaped without serious injury, but the wagon's cargo was not so fortunate. With none willing to risk another encounter with the creature, I can only assume the goods remained strewn across the ground where the incident occurred. Simply follow the road here to the south, and you should come across the wreckage. Salvage what cargo you can, and deliver it to Keitha at Bentbranch Meadows if you would be so kind. I know there are times when we have no choice but to turn to outsiders for help in dealing with our problems. To adventurers like you, for instance. It's just that I wish I was brave enough or strong enough to protect the forest on my own. When the winds are calm and the water still, you can see why they choose to call this lake the Mirror. The reflection is as true as any I have known. It's beautiful. Look at those flowers. It's a beautiful place, even if it's misty. A good morrow to you, miss. What can I... Ah, you wish to know about the auctions. Very well, allow me to explain. There is a growing concern that our immigration policies may have been a tad restrictive in the past, and so the Seedseer Council and the Order of the Twin Adder have, with the blessing of the elementals, decreed that the lavender beds be set aside for adventurers. Adventurers who possess the necessary funds to purchase and maintain their estates, that is. Should you look upon the beds with your own eyes, though, I think you'll agree that it's well worth the price. Have a word with the skipper over yonder. She'll ferry you across. A recruit stationed at the pier can tell you more about the beds once you've arrived. You adventurers are quite fortunate. The lavender beds are renowned for their exquisite beauty. No words can do it justice. Take the ferry there and see for yourself. Alright. Well, let's check it out. This ferry is bound for the lavender beds. Will you be traveling with us? So, housing. Sure, let's go to 1. I would go up to 30. Now, I think to do housing, you have to be a certain level in the company that you choose. And then, of course, have the sufficient funds. My apologies for the inconvenience, but this ferry is presently out of service. It's so cute. Big tree there. Greetings, madam. I am a locksmith by trade and decided to set up shop here when I heard folk were bringing back locked boxes from the diadem. I'd be happy to put my skills to work for you, should you happen to need them. Spoils trader, okay. Greetings, adventurer. Welcome to the Lavender Beds. Oh, you come at the behest of a Gridanian woman? I regret to inform you that these plots are reserved for adventurers. Your friend will not be permitted to take part in the auctions. You, on the other hand, would be more than welcome to participate. Should you have a mind to purchase a plot for yourself, pray speak with the resident caretaker. He can guide you through the process. It may be wise to speak with the resident caretaker before participating in the auctions. He can tell you far more about the process than I. God, so cute. What do you do here? Oh, I like housing. That is to say, I like it. I roam this fair land, fairest, touring all the adventure settlements. You might say I'm a flat spotter, or a housekeeper. Oh, one of us you are? A fellow housekeeper, very good. You must talk to the resident caretakers then. Connections are everything in this proclivity. What kind of place is this? Now, this is one might be my favorite residential area right now. The Lavender Beds. Such a relaxing area, don't you think? I've had a rather stressful few years, to be honest. The quiet life in Gridania among the trees. Nice, you can go swimming. Hi. You with your leopard print pants. Can I push you in? I love your hat. Can I come in? Pardon me. It's not furnished at all. Nothing. Is this for sale then? I did not look. Very cute. Oh, look at the trees. So maybe the yellow ones are the ones being used. One's got a gazebo. They're so cute. Wow, now that's a fairy tale. Wow. Bravo to the people who build these homes. Ah, these are the apartments. Welcome to Lily Hills Apartments. Whether you've come with an eye to buy or simply a question to ask, my services are at your disposal. Ask about apartments. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not gonna get into that. That's just way too much. Feature. Ooh, someone's dressed this one up. Hi. Don't mind me. Isn't that nice? Ah. Oh, that was a cute little tour. This ferry can either take you to another ward or back to Central Shroud. Are you coming aboard? Yes. Oh, that was so nice. I love the view of the mere from here. The bustle of folk, the tranquility of the water. Dear, would I sell my life to protect this? Yes, it's very pretty here. We hold shipments here until their respective owners come and collect. Unless you have business to attend to, I cannot allow you to enter. Walking the planks. Walthiov, local at the Mere Planks, wants you to help deliver goods that have been unloaded at the pier. Ah, perfect. You are just in time to help deliver some goods that arrived not moments ago. Allow me to double-check my manifest. Now listen carefully. Take the suit of plate mail to Darrenmet. He is the guard you see right over there. The Moontui beans belong to Kaylee, and the smoked crayfish balls to my friend Berth here. That's it for this load. A strapping adventurer like you should barely work up a sweat, am I right? The cargo you're looking for hasn't moved since they unloaded it at the end of the pier. Much obliged. The Mere Planks are not just for fishermen. Captains transporting their logs on the lake use the pier as well. Favor for the fisherwoman. Berth, a local at the Mere Planks, is looking for someone to retrieve her fishing rod from Lilystone. You seem a capable sort. Would you mind running over to Lilystone and retrieving my favorite fishing rod for me? I was happily dropping a line into the water, you see, when I suddenly noticed some ghostly sphere of fire bearing down upon me from behind. In a blind panic, I twisted around and flung my rod at the apparition before fleeing back here to the planks. I dimly remember the rod passing straight through those unnatural flames and hitting the side of the tent I set up for the afternoon naps. It's probably still there, but I can't bring myself to... You'll go in my stead? Oh, thank you. To truly thrive out here, one must learn to work with nature, not against it. The bounty of the forest is a precious blessing, and we must not take more than can be replenished. You have something for me? The unworn plate mail, the unblemished suit of steel plate armor delivered to the Mere Planks. Oof, what is... Ah, my new plate mail. And what would a woodwhaler want with metal armor, you ask? Let's just say that after a number of engagements with Garly and heavy infantry, my mind has been open to the protection such steel encasements can provide. One, two, three. No, this won't do at all. I'm sure I heard Walthia mention the shipment had smoked crayfish balls, fishing bait delivered to the Mere Planks. Oh, why, thank you very much. It would have been a short afternoon of fishing if this bait hadn't arrived. They should be here by now. Moontui bean delivery. Dried Moontui beans delivered to the Mere Planks. Are these the Moontui beans? Price and matron. It's my job to pick up provisions from the pier and deliver them to the settlements in the area, but I couldn't leave without the beans. Now I can finish up loading up my car and be on my way. Thank you for your help. All done then? Excellent work. Swift and sure. Adventurers are such handy individuals to have around. If we leave cargo piled up on the pier, the next crew has no room to unload their shipment, you see. It can be back-breaking work, but someone has to do it. Sting in a bottle. Waltheov, a resident of the Mirror Planks, is seeking someone to assist him in his work. Could I interest you in another job? This one will ask a little more of your skills, I promise. What I need is for you to swat some of those hornet swarms you see buzzing about the place and collect their husks. About 4 bags worth should be enough. What am I going to do with a pile of dead Vilkin? Well, the sooner you give them to me, the sooner you'll find out. Did you find my fishing rod? Well-worn fishing rod. The 12 only know how many fish have been caught with this antique rod. Yes, this is it. Thank Novka you came along. I just can't fish with anything else. The Vilcan and such around here pose no threat to me, but those flames, I've never seen the like. I wonder if I will ever build up the courage to fish at Lilystone again. You have the husks? Good, good. Hand them over then. Dead hornets. The carcasses of common hornets. The stingers are still intact. Ah, these are perfect. Hope they didn't sting you too terribly. Now, all we do is take some bottles of liquor and squeeze these beauties inside, like so. And there we have it, a fresh batch of my special sting brew. The ranchers of Bentbranch Meadows put in an order for a bottle quite some time ago, but gathering those husks is always such a chore. Ahem. Speaking of chores, would you mind taking this to them as soon as you're able? The last year after goes by the name of Margalt. Give her the sting brew along with my regards. Oh, and apologize for the delay, would you? Good to see you again, friend. Did you learn anything about the lavender beds? Oh, adventurers only? Is that so? Well, these are trying times, and it's more important than ever for Gridania to attract capable individuals like yourself. I'm sure that one day my dreams will come to fruition. One day, I'll have my own cottage and stables filled with my beloved chocobos. Yes, I am Margalt. How might I... Sting brew, a potent liquor created through the fermentation of hornet carcasses. Ah, the sting brew, at last. I'm aware of what might be done to acquire this, and am most grateful to you. Few folk are willing to run towards a swarm of wrathful hornets. Ordinarily, this liquor is drunk for the unique and not altogether unpleasant stinging sensation it causes on one's tongue. It is, however, also an indispensable tool for repelling insects. We sprinkle it over the fields where the gisselgreens are planted. Thanks to you, the crops will be untouched by pests this year. I hope one of our well-fed chocobos can return the favor by serving you as a mount someday. You have a delivery for me? Fallen cargo. Though the crate is splintered in several places, it does not appear that its contents were damaged in the fall. Ah, this is the shipment I was waiting on from Quarry Mill. I heard the wagon ran afoul of some great monstrosity just up the path from the mirror planks, but I see you've managed to scrape together a few bits and pieces. Seems I can't get through 2 bells these days without hearing some new tale of horrors in the deep coughed or bandit cutthroats prowling the woods hereabouts. Makes me wonder if me chocobos are safe at night. It does. If we're ever in need of adventurer skills, I hope you'll be around to lend a hand. No. Oh, please, gods, no. Lay's egg. Bella, you must help me. I stepped out of the stables for but a moment, and when I returned, it was gone. What was gone? An egg. Sorry. You sure the chocobos will lay another? Gah, you do not understand. The egg is extremely valuable. I must find it. Leia's legacy. The Gulat at Bentbranch Meadow seeks your assistance in finding a lost chocobo egg. You will help me, won't you, Bella? Oh, thank you. Someone must have made off with it. There can be no other explanation. I shall scour every elm of the stable once more, just to be sure. While I do so, I should be very grateful if you would ask the others if they noticed anything unusual. See anyone acting suspicious? I most certainly did last. A man, it was, running off towards the Tamtar Deepcroft. You say an egg was took? Then I'd say that there was your culprit. But why would anyone pitch a chocobo egg? Without the proper lure, it's damn near impossible to get one to hatch. A chocobo egg has gone missing? Well, let me think. Now that you mention it, the chocobos were making quite a racket earlier. So much so, in fact, that I ran over to check on them, almost flattening the passing peddler in my haste. I didn't find anything out of the ordinary, though. Could I describe the peddler? Oh, he was an Ellison fellow. Didn't recognize his face. Seemed awfully twitchy. Oh, gods, you don't think he... Why in the hells didn't I accost him? I'm a squishy. Have I seen any odd characters about? Aside from yourself, you mean? Not that I recall. I did see someone calming the birds, but only from a distance. I assumed it was Luke a lot. But if you say he was away from the stables at the time, then who was that with the chocobos? There can be no mistake then. The egg was indeed stolen. And from what you have told me, this was no simple robbery. That the culprit should take only Leia's egg and disregard all the rest tells me we are dealing with someone well versed in chocobo breeding. I'm sorry to say that the individual in question is like to be a citizen of my native Ishgard. Leia, you see, is of the bloodline of Oranos, one of the greatest birds ever to grace an Ishgardian stable. Many a man in my homeland would give his right arm to possess one of Leia's eggs. Gods, I should have foreseen this. We must give chase at once. Hold your chocobos, Lugalat. If this egg thief's from Ishgard, like you say, why'd he go running off towards the Temptar Deepcroft? Unless I've got me mental map upside down, that's the opposite direction. Well, yes, but he may seek to lay a false trail, or, The why of it is not important. Leia's egg is all that matters. Adventurer, I beg of you, hunt this scoundrel down and take back what he stole. Well, at least you ain't planning on chasing after him yourself, whatever he's from. We may work wonders with our birds, Bella, but acts of daring do ain't exactly our field. If you don't mind, we'll leave that end of things to you. With luck, you may catch the thief on the road to Tamtar Deepcroft, but do be careful. We cannot be certain he is working alone in this. have caught you at last, you spiteful imp. Now hand over the egg.
You can't have it, Kupo. This egg belongs to Lugulat.
Who in Hellone's bloody fury are you? Ah, those sops at Bentbranch hired themselves an adventurer, did they? Yet another complication. This farce has gone on long enough. Kill the Moogle and the farmer's hireling, and bring me that damned egg. Oh, wait.
Thank you, Kupo. Was that Kupo? How did I come to be out here? Oh, well, this egg here is Leia's. Leia is a very special chocobo, in case you didn't know. Anyway, I was having a nap in the stables when that nasty fellow crept in and tried to steal it, Kupo. So I snatched it up and as quickly as I could and make a run for it. I was planning to take it back to Bentbranch Meadows myself, but it might be safer if you did it. I'm sure the Lugulat will be very happy to see you, Kupo.
Do you have the egg? Is it safe? Leia's egg. You must deliver this egg, adventurer. It's our only hope. Yes, it has the right coloring, the right weight. It is most definitely Leia's egg. I know not how to thank you. You had me worried for a bit there, Bella. 'Tis good to see you and the egg back safe and sound. So I was correct in my assumption that an Ishgardian was involved, albeit one who did not, in fact, make off with the egg. Well, I could hardly have anticipated the intervention of a Moogle. Bugger me, it couldn't be the same one, could it? You have encountered our unlikely savior here before, Keitha? Could be, aye. One of them saved my hide back when the calamity struck. I was in a part of the woods, what we now call the Standing Courses, that day. Seemed like the whole bleeding forest was ablaze, and I couldn't see a yum in front of me for all the smoke. Well, nigh given up hope I had. Then all of a sudden a Moogle appears out of nowhere, tugs at my smoldering sleeve, and leads me straight to a bit of the wood where the fire hadn't taken hold. And now you know why the business is named Moogle's Gift Mounts. Seemed like the least I could do. I'd be dead if it weren't for that plucky little bugger. Incredible. It may well be that the Moogle has stood vigil over us ever since that day. Huh, we'd better get back to work then. Wouldn't want to go get letting our guardian angel down, would we? Bella, you have our thanks. Oh, and I believe Lugulat wants to give you a little something for your troubles. Leia's egg is irreplaceable. I cannot well express to you the depth of my gratitude, and yet I find that I am still troubled. While this whole regrettable episode unfolded, I bore witness to a sight that greatly concerned me. Dread is in the air. Lucula appears to be in need of assistance. My thanks for your kindness earlier. I hate to impose again, but I have need of your assistance in another matter, one of grave import, I fear. Of late, I have noticed that Ixali dirigibles have been appearing over the Twelveswood with increasing regularity. The frequency, however, does not bother me near so much as where they choose to fly. The patch of sky directly above the guardian tree. The tree is a sacred site, or so I was given to believe when first I came to Gridania, and thus I naturally assumed that the elementals would not suffer the Ixal to profane it. Yet the birdmen have been coming and going as they pleased, with nary a sign of protest from the guardians of Twelveswood. And it was that which set me to thinking. Ever since the appearance of the much-talked-about suspicious individual, many and more strange things have been occurring in the forest. Could it be that he did something to the elementals? In case it proved useful, I have committed the details of my sightings to parchment and would ask that you deliver the document to Mother Mion. Please make all haste. I have an irresistible feeling that something terrible is about to happen. Hello there, Bella. Word of your tireless efforts at Bentbranch Meadows has reached my ears. The folk there have naught but the highest praise for you. You certainly have a knack for making Mother proud. Keep up the good work, you hear? A letter from Lucula? Luculat's letter. A sealed envelope entrusted to you by Bentbranch Meadows, Chocobo Keep, Luculat. I haven't the slightest inkling what this could be about. Gods be good. I have a mission for you, Bella. Suffice it to say, it is urgent. I fear it may also prove dangerous, however, so you must be prepared. Make what arrangements you can, and report back to me the moment you are ready. That will be for next time. Alright, well there you have it. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.